Hey guys, Travis with Everglades. Let's talk about the brand new John Deere 184G compact wheel loader. All right, so let's talk about some quick specs on this machine, right? So first of all, this machine is capable of having a 1 to 1.5 yard bucket on it. You can dump over 10 feet. It's about 18 feet long, 6 feet wide, and it weighs 10,600 pounds, meaning this machine is very easy to transport. So there's a couple different options when it comes to the coupler. You can run a standard skid steer style coupler, which allows you to obviously use any attachment with a skid steer coupler on it. Additionally, you can run a ISO style coupler on it if you prefer that style of attachments. Now, on the coupler itself, you can see here we have our skid steer actuator. Additionally, we have these two auxiliary hydraulic hookups here, which will allow you to run, say, a Grapple, a Broom, or any implement like that that requires hydraulic power. So these big red things right here, right? So this guy right here is for your boom lockout, all right? That allows you to raise the boom and then lock it out to safely work underneath it if you need to. Additionally, this guy here is the articulation lock. What this does is it will lock the machine out from articulating. That's for transport purposes only. You do not want to operate the machine with the articulation lock in place. The machine needs to be able to articulate in order to operate. Additionally, from here you can see we have a grease chart, and that will tell you where you need to grease and how often you need to grease it. All right, so Deere made it very easy to keep your 3 points of contact. Whenever you're getting on and off this piece of equipment, you got a grip here, nice little step. And we hop up, and let's take this opportunity to talk about the operator station of the John Deere 184G. Now, first of all, we have our mirrors located here so we can have good situational awareness around us. Additionally, obviously we have our work lights and our turn signals where we can communicate with other vehicles around us to let us know kind of what's going on and maintain a safe work environment. From here, we've got great visibility and our controls are very easy to get to. So right here on your loader joystick, we have our FNR switch. That's forward, neutral, and reverse, which is essentially our transmission controls. Additionally, this machine has automatic locking front and rear differentials for extra traction. Now, when we're up here, we can additionally see our bucket self-leveling indicator. What that is that red line right there on the tilt cylinder, which shows us if our bucket is level or not when our bucket is attached, as an extra indicator of when we can go into our pile and load. So additionally up here we have our inching pedal, which is very similar to a brake pedal, and we have our accelerator. So this machine is very easy to operate comfortably and precisely throughout long work days. So one of the features that's optional on these machines is ride control. What's ride control? Ride control uses an accumulator in the hydraulic system to essentially soften your boom and act like a shock absorber whenever you're transporting loads. So if you're moving, say, pallets of sod or a bucket full of rocks, aggregate material, dirt, whatever, ride control will engage at a predetermined speed to allow the boom to have a little bit of cushion to it to increase your comfort and also decrease load spillage throughout the day as you're traveling over rough terrain. All right, so let's talk about some of the controls in the operator station of the 184G. Now, here we can leave our regen system to automatic, so the machine will automatically handle that for you. Here we can limit our travel range if we want to stay in a slower speed as opposed to letting the loader reach its top speed. We have our hydraulic lockout. We have our aux function detent, which you would use if you're running, say, a Broom or whatever. Here we would have our ride control switch. This is where we would take our bucket or attachment on and off. We have our work light controls here, hazard lights, and we have our park brake release, and of course our ignition switch. Now down here we have our display, which will show us which gear we're in, our speed, our fuel status, and our hours. All right, let's talk about the rear end of the 184G. Now back here you can see we have our hitch that allows us to hook up to, say, a trailer and pull it around. We also have our rear tie downs here, brake lights. Now, the hood compartment is lockable. Right here we got easy access to all of our daily maintenance checks. Now here we obviously have our fuel water separator. We have our engine oil check, oil filter, oil fill. Additionally, from down here, we can access our battery disconnect. What this allows you to do is you can take this off and then you can remove this to lock out the battery. Now, with this, the battery's dead. The machine will not turn on without this in place. To reinstall it, we do that, slide it back on, give it a twist, battery's active again. So this machine has a 5,800 pound straight tipping load. That makes this machine very popular with landscapers, sod guys, and anybody that needs to be able to move material across the distance relatively quickly. Thanks for watching. I represent a lot of good people at Everglades Equipment. We'd love to have the opportunity to earn your business on your next one. Thanks for watching.